Hello there, friends! In an earlier video you saw me build this pedal, and it has a tone and a volume, and I'm using a very standard, basic, sort of beginner thing there, where I'm wiring it up as a guitar. Now, that is actually something that I do a lot of the times when I need a tone and a volume control for something. When I'm building a weird instrument, for example, that I want maybe to have a piezo pickup inside of a wooden box or something, and I want a tone and a volume just to control the pickup a little bit. Or if I'm building a guitar, for example a Telecaster or a Les Paul Junior type of guitar. Now, back when I made this, I talked to Mads, or however he pronounces his name, Mads Panda. And yeah, you should check out his channel. He has some cool videos and some really nice music. He will most likely comment below. Yeah, that's how you'll find him. Anyway, yeah, I talked to him, and I actually made a community post where I had drawn a little picture showing the whole thing. But I was thinking that this is sort of super basic and really easy to do, so I was thinking I would draw it on a whiteboard and talk you through the whole thing, and we will see what happens. So yes, this is going to be a very easy, simple tutorial thing, and I want to use this as a way to show you that you can use this for a guitar or for a pedal or for just building something weird like a noise box or something like that. If you don't know what a noise box is, it's basically just a box with springs or metal pieces or whatever attached to the top, and you can hit those things and you have a piezo pickup or something that can pick it up. And yeah, we'll build those sorts of things in the future if you're interested. I've done it a couple of times before, so yeah, let's jump into the video and get going. One last thing I want to say is that I'm going to draw the potentiometers, but I'm not going to draw them from this angle where you see the tip. I'm going to draw them from behind. So just keep in mind that this is the leg, and this is the middle leg, and this is the next leg. Yes, the way you see it, the way you will see it, is from this position. Okay, so you're seeing the back. That's what I'm drawing. Let's jump into it. So here's my crude little drawing, and this is a black marker and this is a red marker. The ground connections will all be painted with a black marker, and all the lead connections will be drawn with a red marker. And hopefully that will make everything much easier to follow along. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate, just ask them. So the first thing we have to do is think about our ground connection. Now this blob up here is going to be where your signal comes from. So basically, you can think of this as the in, and this down here is going to be the out, basically where the signal leaves. So in a pedal, you have an input and an output. In a guitar, you have a pickup and an output. In a noise box, you have a piezo or something like that and an output. So you will have two wires that comes from your in, and the first one will be a ground, and it will be grounded off to the back of the pot. Like so. You will have a lead signal that goes to the first leg on the pot, seen from the back. The next thing you will have is a lead signal to the out from the middle, like so. It goes to the out. The last leg on the volume will be grounded to the back of the pot, like so. You can either have a tiny little jumper cable that you solder between the two spots, or you can do the way most guitars have it, where one leg has been pushed back and soldered. So if you look closely at this pot, you can see that these two legs, they're standing up the way they're supposed to do when the pot is new, but this leg right here has been bent back to be soldered in place. Now, what this will do is when you move the pot, you will basically connect the lead either to the middle leg or to the grounded leg, basically shorting it out, because you don't want lead connections to cross with the ground connections, because then you don't get any sound. And if you have the right kind of pot, it will feel like it's losing volume, getting lower and lower and lower. Actually, what is happening is getting more and more and more grounded away. On the tone pot, we will have basically the same thing. We will put a capacitor, which we will do as a little red blob. Some of them are black, but some of them are green, and it doesn't really matter. The value is what is important. There's a bunch of different kinds, and we're not going to go into it right now. You will have a lead connection from this middle leg that meets up with a connection to middle leg on the middle leg of the volume. You can also connect it to the same leg as the lead from the pickup or the in connection. It doesn't really matter because you're not going to be able to use the tone without any volume anyway, so you can do either way. And we'll leave one leg alone. Here are some things that you have to think about. If you have a metal enclosure, you're basically done at this point. You don't necessarily need to have any more ground things. If you have a plastic enclosure or a wooden box or something like that, you're going to have to add a ground connection here and a ground connection like so. Because that would mean that these two are grounded together and that these two output jacks are also grounded together so that everything is grounded. If you look at this cable connector here, you always have two separated signals. Ground connection down here and the lead signal up here. This is super simple and you can add this into anything else. For example, in a wooden box, this in here would be the piezo and its signal would go through the volume control and it would then go to the output jack. And just by moving this, you would basically make this red signal go straight down here or be connected to the ground and be removed that way. If you don't want a tone, you don't have to add it in. You can just not have it. And if you have something else, like what I've drawn here, it's basically out from the pedal on its way to the output jack. That is the signal. But you could have drawn all of this on the other side and be controlling the volume in. It's probably going to affect the way the pedal works and the way the sound is behaving, but I'm not sure that one is better or worse. It's probably a preference. So if you want to, for example, build something like this one, you could go with volume, tone, distortion, or you could go with distortion, volume, tone, or something similar. I hope this helps. This is very, very basic and shouldn't be a problem for anyone to do. And you can do a guitar this way, and you would have output jack here, and you would have either a switch or a guitar pickup right there. Something like that. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this helped. Thanks to Mads Panda for letting me know that drawing what I built out on a paper helped and that maybe was a good idea. Let me know if me drawing out what I'm soldering together or what I'm wiring up is a good idea, and if you want either me to put it in the video when I'm doing it, or if you want me to do a community post so you have a picture that you can, I don't know, save to your computer or something like that. Either way is fine for me. I just want to know which one you prefer. So talk to me in the comments below. Until next time, don't forget to stay awesome and cool. And go and wire up something using these basic controls. There's a lot of fun things you can do. And some of them you've seen on the channel, and some of them will show up on the channel later, so stay tuned.